What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another tutorial series. In this video series, I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the Windows command line. All the cool things that you can do with it, all the different tools and tips, and it's going to be awesome. So, well, let's just go ahead and get started. So first things first, how the heck do you open the command line? Well, what you can do is you can go to this start menu down here, and you can just type CMD and hit enter, and boom, roasted, look at that. Or if you don't feel like moving your mouse, what you can do is you can actually just hit the Windows key on your keyboard, just like that. You can type CMD, hit enter, and look at that. You never even had to touch your mouse. So anyways, check this out. This is the Windows command line. How beautiful looking is this? So before we get started learning how to use it, how to move around, and all the cool things that we can do, let's talk about why we would ever want to use this. I mean, we already have this awesome graphical interface. I mean, that's kind of the point of Windows, so we don't have to use this command line. So why would we even bother with it? Well, actually, in a lot of cases, depending on what you're trying to do, the command line is actually faster than using the GUI. And whenever I say GUI, I mean graphical user interface. Pretty much are all of these cool icons and, pictures, dragging with the mouse. So this is called a graphical user interface, what you usually use. And it's pretty much the opposite of this old, outdated looking command line. But like I said, in a lot of cases, it's faster than using the GUI. And also, there are certain tools and software that are only available to the command line. So for example, I'm going to be showing you guys a program called T-Shark later on, and you can only run it from the command line. You can't use it, in a GUI type of way. So that's pretty cool. And a lot of like security and networking tools are also only available from the command line. And and another cool thing, the last thing I want to say is later on I'm going to show you guys how to build your own programs and scripts for the command line. So enough of me rambling, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you're going to notice is whenever you pop this open, you have a little indicator, and this is called the current working directory. It's basically where you are on your computer. So let me open up just this old Windows Explorer, and I'll show you guys the equivalent of it. So right now it says I'm in C users Bucky. So my main hard drive in a directory called users, and the user I am is Bucky. So this is where I'm at right now. Now, if you're just using this Windows Explorer, in order to move around to a new directory, you would just find one and double click it like this. Say I wanted to move in my desktop, double click that, easy stuff. Now, if I ever want to go back, I'll just click this back button, or I can click up here. However, in our command line, we don't have that luxury. We don't have anything to click except this big black background. So how would we move into the desktop? Well, anytime you want to change your directories, you type the keyword CD. That means change directory. So from here, remember, we can just go desktop and hit enter, and that means I want to change or go into my desktop. And look at that. So now we are basically in the desktop. So now we can run whatever tools and make files from here, make directories, whatever we want to do. But now you're thinking, all right, well, how do we get back? Because in Windows Explorer, you can either click this right here, or it has a big old back button. With the command line, we don't have that back button. So anytime you want to go back or up a directory, what you do is you write CD, and instead of back or anything like that, you write ... This means take me to the parent directory. So if you see, my path is C users Bucky desktop, so it's pretty much going to bump us back into Bucky right there. Pretty cool. Now, you know how I said that anytime you want to change a directory, you pretty much write CD and then name where you want to move into? Well, you're not only limited to moving one step at a time, you can actually move multiple steps. So you see, like in this Windows Explorer, if you want to get to a file or folder inside my desktop, you click desktop, and then, I don't know, maybe you want to go into videos. 2 clicks. So from here, what you can actually do is this. Type desktop and then backslash and then videos. So hit enter and boom, look at that. So we already see that whenever you use this, it only takes one step typing in one path rather than 2 clicks. So that's pretty cool. And now if you guys are like, all right, well, what if I want to go back 2 steps? So I want to go back in the desktop and then back into Bucky. Well, what you do is cd ... This is going to take you up 1. However, if you do / ... again, this means take me back 2 directories. So look at that. So that's the basics of how to navigate around, and I'll show you guys something else that's pretty cool. So if we are just in Bucky right now, you see that we have, let's say that we want to go to downloads. So what we can do is we can actually type cd, and then we can start typing the word downloads. But see, I'm lazy and I don't feel like typing in the entire word because it's going to take half a second and I got stuff to do. So instead, what you can do is you can actually hit tab on your keyboard. Now, what hitting tab does is it pretty much tries to auto complete it. So since I typed D, it said, okay, you want to change to a directory, but I have 2 of them that start with D, desktop and downloads. So I'm going to hit tab and it's going to fill in whatever it thinks I meant first. And it just looks at alphabetical order, the first directory that starts with D. Now, if it doesn't get the right one, then I can hit tab again and boom, look at that. So pretty much use tab whenever you want to autocomplete. And if there's only one, like, here, let me do this. CD desktop, let me go CD videos. So I only have 1 directory that starts with the V on my desktop. So it's just going to give me videos by default. But again, use tab to autocomplete and save you some time. And it doesn't only save you time, but it also helps with typos. Since, you know, you might actually accidentally spell videos like that. I mean, you probably wouldn't, but it pretty much saves you time and helps with typos. So there you go. So that is your real quick introduction to the Windows command line. I'm sure you guys are thrilled already. You know, if you're like, all right, so I can move directories. Wow, this thing is useless. Well, wait till like 5 tutorials from now, and you guys are going to see just how awesome it is. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.